Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Call of the Wild, and today we got a reveal for the next weapon pack coming to Call of the Wild, which is going to be called the Modern Rifle Pack. Now, yes, I have known about the whole little accidental leak thing that happened, but I chose not to report on it because I was not 100% sure if it was something that was intended to be shown or not, so I just kind of held off on it. But now we have an official reveal of the DLC, along with the very first weapon that's going to be in it, which is the Zarza 1522 LR. From what I could see, it seems like this is going to be a pretty awesome rifle. It is going to be the very first AR-15 added to the game. We've asked for AR-15s for a very long time, and it's nice to see one finally getting added. Now, they didn't reveal everything from this pack. They only revealed one of the guns, and then there's still two that have yet to be shown, and those will be shown off in the next couple weeks, so it's going to be cool to see what else they have. Now, from what I could gather, it seems like the Zarza is a super accurate rifle. It seems much more accurate than the regular 22s, which is going to be pretty cool. It has a very fast fire rate, as is to be expected with an AR, and then it also has a 5-round magazine, which, believe it or not, this is actually pretty standard for a lot of states in the US. At least they only allow a 5-round magazine. That's how it is here in Oregon where I live, so this is pretty much what I'm used to when it comes to ARs. So it's not really going to be anything too unrealistic. Although I know a lot of people were a little bit upset that it wasn't a 10-round magazine, but I mean, it is what it is. You gotta have balance in some places, and to be honest, it is pretty realistic for a lot of areas. Now, they did say that this was the smallest rifle out of the ones that are going to be in this pack. The larger rifles will be shown off in the next coming weeks, so I'm very excited to see what else they have. I'm really banking on something like a 308 or a 7mm Mod 8. I'd love to see one of those, maybe a 308 AR even. Now, for the Zarza 15, they did show off two different variations, and yes, one of them is camo. We have another camo rifle finally, but it does look like they're only going to have the camo on the stock and the pistol grip, which is going to be interesting. I don't think it's actually going to show up too well, but then again, maybe it will. It's hard to say, and like they've said, everything that's been shown off in that stream is not necessarily the final look of everything. Things could change, but as of now, they have two variations for the Zarza 15, which are the I don't remember the names, but there's a camo one and then there's a tan one. Looks kind of like FDE, really nice looking. Now, we're also going to kind of talk about a few of the things that they mentioned during the live stream, not just about the gun, but they did say that there is a big list of bug fixes and stuff like that that they're always keeping track of. They're always keeping track of the top issues in the community to make sure that they focus on what's most important when it comes to fixing bugs, and I can confirm this is a thing. It is a awesome thing that they've been doing recently to try and better the game's state, because for a while the game was in a pretty rough place with bugs, and it's nice to see them cracking down on them more recently and really focusing on prioritizing the biggest issues first. It's awesome to see. Also, apologies if some of this information is a little bit out of order. I'm kind of just reading this off in the order that they talked about it. But the next thing is that the weapon pack will be hopefully released the 22nd of February. Now, they did say this could change. Jaxie Beer did mention that there is chances that it could change because they currently are in certification on PlayStation and Xbox. So depending on how the certifications go, it could get pushed back. So that is something to keep in mind. Let's hope that it ends up coming out on the 22nd like they want it to, because that would be awesome. That would be only 3 weeks away, which is absolutely amazing. It's hard to believe that we're this close to a brand new weapon pack. The next thing we have to talk about is the 22 Hornet is getting buffed, as we all knew for the most part, but it got left out of the preliminary patch notes, so a lot of people really didn't think that it was happening anymore. But I can officially confirm now that it is going to happen. We are getting a 22 Hornet buff in the next update, and it's also going to get its price lowered, which is amazing. It's going to be only 5,500 credits, I believe. I could have misheard. He might have said 55,000, but I'm almost positive he said 5,500 for the 22 Hornet, along with 250 for each 10 ammo, which is actually really good. That makes it only 50 credits more than the 22 LR, so the 22 Hornet actually might become a pretty viable weapon. This price decrease, along with the fact that it's going to get buffed to where it's much better than it currently is, that is huge. That is absolutely huge, and I'm so happy that they decided to buff it. I kind of figured they would because of the amount of feedback they were getting, saying that the 22 Hornet was a terrible rifle for the price. So it's nice to see that they're going to be making some changes. The next thing we have to talk about is the reticle that it talks about in the preliminary patch notes. Now, when it said reticle, my first thought was that it was going to be for the scopes, but that's actually not what it is. It's basically a crosshair on your screen, and yes, it can be disabled and you can change the color, so lots of customization there. If you don't want the crosshair on, you can disable it. Honestly, I'm probably going to play with it disabled just to get more things off of my screen, but it is there if you guys want it, and it's supposed to help with being a bit more accurate when it comes to like grabbing clues and different calls from animals, especially when you're on console, because I know sometimes with a controller it can be a little bit more difficult to accurately grab those calls, especially now with the changes they made to the tracking as well. I know tracks are a little bit more difficult to grab, so this should help you with what you're aiming at. And it might also make hip firing a little bit easier, which is always a good thing when those animals run right past you. Now, this isn't really anything new, but this is a new piece of information as far as I know. Now, there's been talk about this for a very, very long time in the community, but it was finally fully confirmed during the live stream today for Expansive Worlds, and that is the fact that all animals can make diamond one level below max. Now, we knew that some animals could, and then there was others where we believed that it wasn't possible, but it was confirmed that every single animal has the chance of making diamond one level below max level. So, for example, you could get a level 8 mythical mountain lion that makes diamond, or you could get a mythical red deer that makes diamond, or a level 8 fox could potentially make it, or I'm trying to think of one of the level 5 animals that we thought couldn't make it at level 4, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. A point is, every single animal has a chance of making diamond one level below max, and it's nice to have that finally confirmed, because before there was a lot of things where if somebody did get one that was one level below for certain species, a lot of people just immediately assumed hacks because it was something that nobody ever sees, but I'm starting to think that maybe some of those might have been legit, especially when it comes to the level 8 diamond mountain lion that I had seen a screenshot of a while back. I'm wondering that probably had to have been legit now that we know this information. And the last thing that we're going to talk about is the fact that all of the medals have got a bit of a facelift. They all look a little bit different than they did before, and honestly, they look pretty decent. You guys will see it throughout the footage playing in the background, probably mostly towards the end, but there is new medals for bronze, silver, gold, diamond, and great one, which is pretty cool. Basically what they did was they kept the same design of the old ones, they just kind of like upped the quality, which is what I was hoping they would do. When I saw this in the patch notes, my first thought was, I really hope they don't just completely change them and make them look bad, and I gotta say I like it. I do appreciate the upgrade they gave them, which it's nice. It's good to see that they didn't just like completely butcher them and change them in an unnecessary way. I definitely like this. But anyway, guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, click that like button, and ring that notification bell. It is a huge help to me, and it will keep you guys informed on everything that is happening in Call of the Wild, along with getting daily content here on the channel with live streams and videos. Also, be sure to leave a comment down below on what you guys are most excited for out of all this brand new information that we got. And what do you guys think the rest of these rifles are going to be? Because they said there is going to be a couple more rifles. So, what do you guys think they're going to be? My bets are going to be on either a 7mm Odd 8 or a 308. And then maybe something strange, like a little bit more of a different caliber, like a 224 Valkyrie. That would be an awesome rifle, and I would definitely love to see that. But anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace!